guys, I've got 7 tips on how to set up your workstation at home for a video interview. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Brian back at you with another video where my goal is to mentor you to a rewarding career and to help you create a life you're proud of. And in that endeavor, guys, today I'm going to be sharing some tips with you on how to optimize your workstation for a video interview. And that workstation could be your bedroom, it could be your office, it could be anything, but I'm going to share 7 tips on how to do exactly that. But before I do, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping by. If you don't know me, I'm Brian. I help mentor students, recent grads, new adults, young adults, and even not so young adults with regards to career growth, career promotion, career strategy, but also things like social development skills, personal development skills, because at the end of the day, they're all connected into helping you create a life you're proud of. You can check out the link in the description down below for my bio, my credentials, my resume, my work experience. I've sat on a leadership team, I've sat on the executive team, I've worked for large corporations as well as smaller ones, and I provide the industry insider perspective that is so unique and that is so beneficial to my audience and to you. If this is something that you find valuable, definitely hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell icon. And just so you guys know, I offer free advice to a lot of my viewers, either in way of YouTube videos just like this one, and all you have to do is submit a question to me that you'd like me to answer in a future video. It could be career related, it could be regarding social development skills, it could be about relationships, it could be anything. I'll answer in a future video just like this one. It's absolutely free. And you can also download my free ebook, The Unfair Advantage, especially if you guys are currently on the hunt for a job. This is a great playbook on how to do exactly that. It's called The Unfair Advantage. It's also a free download. So let's get to the topic at hand. Now, while the vast majority of interviews do happen on a more personal level, on a face-to-face basis, you're seeing a growing trend of employers seeking strong, fresh, new talent by way of video interviewing. And the reason for that is because a lot of the new talent and the caliber of talent they're looking for isn't typically within their area. They have to go bigger. Sometimes they're coming from a small town. Maybe that area doesn't have the expertise or doesn't have the industry that they're actually looking for. So they have to go out to a broader network. It means nationally or even internationally. And as a result, you obviously can fly that candidate over, but when you are hiring or interviewing a lot of people, the employers want to keep the costs down, and as a result, they may do phone interviews, but the next best step above that would be a video interview. You're seeing this trend increase dramatically. I think over the next 5 years, you're going to see this trend double, if not more so, which is why I created this video. I think this is going to be very, very helpful for you to set up your workstation so that it's optimized for the video interview. So it begs the question, well, why does it even matter? Essentially, it's a subconscious thing as well as a conscious thing, right? The interviewer is trying to get to know you. They want to understand who is the person behind the person. That happens when you're doing a one-to-one face-to-face interview. They're looking at how you dress, they look at how you present, they look at how you talk, but they're only going off the basis of what you've presented, your physical self in their environment, in their office. But when it's a video interview, you're doing it from your home or from your bedroom. So they are going to learn way more personal things about you, whether they want to or not. And it's going to be completely subconscious. They're not supposed to judge you on that, but they will. And that's the reality. And then on top of it, it's just the pure logistics of the video interview. It's going to take time to set up the connection. The connection might be a little bit rocky or very, very weak, and that's going to eat into your interview time. So there's going to be a lot of those logistical things that you really want to get right so that the interview can be focused on you and so that you can really use all that time to show off your best self. So with that said, let's get into the 7 tips on how to set up your workstation so that it's optimized for video interviewing. So step number 1 is to make sure you have the right lighting. Now, as you can see in my frame, I've got a window right beside me, so that's letting a lot of light. It's also bouncing off the windows and also adding some light on this side. Now, it'd be ideal to put the camera right in front of the window so you're facing a window. That would let all the light go directly onto you. Actually, let's give that a shot and see what that looks like. So here, mind the mess. You can see now I'm facing the window directly, and you can see how much light hits the face, hits the object, and it really brightens the picture up. Step number 2 is to make sure that you lift the laptop camera or whatever webcam you're using up so that it's at eye level or a little bit above. You don't want it to have this like upwards, unflattering look to your face. So I recommend that you use whatever you can at home to prop up your laptop so that the webcam is at eye level. You can use textbook. Maybe you can tape the webcam somewhere just with like duct tape or something. Whatever you've got to keep it eye level would be perfect. Tip number 3 comes down to the sound component, and that means using your headphones to really isolate the sound and also prevent that whole echoing. These headphones are great because now your voice isn't being emitted through the speakers, nor is the hiring candidate's voice being emitted through the speakers. It won't get picked up by the onboard webcam mic either. And then because the mic is over here by your throat, it really isolates your voice. It comes out as much clearer, much warmer as well. And again, it's more pleasant for the other person hearing your voice. Tip number 4 comes down to the internet connection and having a very strong one. If you can, I know some laptops nowadays don't have an Ethernet port, but if you can, you definitely want to use one of these cables. This is an Ethernet cable. It plugs right into your laptop and into your router so that you have a hardwired connection into the internet. It is great so that it transfers data reliably. You're transferring both audio and video, and chances are it's in HD or full HD. There's a lot of data running around, so you really want to use a wired connection to get the most bandwidth that you can possibly achieve with your hardware. Now, for those of you that don't have the ability to plug a wired connection into your laptop, and it only has to be wireless, then you definitely want to make sure that you have the right data plan and that you have a strong router so that you can transfer as much information wirelessly, and you want to make sure that it's a dependable connection as well. Tip number 5, clean up your room, clean up the background, make sure it's absolutely tidy, make sure it's clean, make sure it's spotless. And I know some of you are probably rolling your eyes right now and dread having to clean up your place. Well, guess what, guys? You only have to clean up the place that's in frame. You can dump all your stuff into the bedroom as long as your living room is tidy, but you definitely want to make sure that the background is absolutely spotless and it also frames you proper so that there are no distractions. The hiring candidate focuses solely on you. Tip number 6, which probably isn't as crucial as the first 5 as I think about it, and that comes down to your webcam. Now, a lot of the webcams on laptops are fine. I mean, they're standard issue. They're not great, but if you do the other tips, if you raise it up to eye level, if you raise the webcam up to eye level, you also have really good lighting, you're going to see a vast improvement just from those 2 tips alone. But if you can, I'd recommend that you invest in a webcam that's full HD. I have a really cheap one, the C920. This is around like $60 now on Amazon. This is a great full HD webcam. It's plug and play. It's easy to use. I've used this for my other YouTube videos for a while, and it served me very, very well. I do carry this with me in my work bag just in case I do need to do some important video calls, and I think it's done a really good job of capturing a clean picture and it shows you off pretty well. So if you want to, you can definitely invest in a camera just like this one. All right, tip number 7, this is my last tip and probably the most crucial tip of them all, is that you can have the best setup in the world using the best camera, best picture, best internet connection, best lighting, but none of that matters if you go in unprepared into the interview. If you think you can just spew out generic responses, that you can wing the interview, or that you don't need to prepare your responses for the big 4 or 5 classical interview questions, my friends, you guys are in big doo-doo. I'm a huge proponent in having my mentees strongly prepared for every interview. They need to be pressure tested. They need to undergo mock interviews. They need to go through that experience, and I highly recommend it because I've interviewed I don't know how many people, and so many of them, I would say at least 90% of people aren't well prepared. It is shocking, and they all think that they can wing it, and they all think that they can fool you. They can fool the hiring manager, but they don't. If they do, you do not want to work for a company that would let that type of candidate through. So some of you may be thinking, damn, I don't know if I am prepared. Well, guess what, guys? I've got the perfect course. I've got a career prep course. You get to work with me personally, one-on-one. It's just you and I, no one else in the room. The program is going to be tailored to you. Essentially, it's a career prep course. We go into your resume, your cover letters, we critique both of them, and then we do a deep dive mock interview. This is real-time pressure testing. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but it is the real feedback that you absolutely need and that will prepare you so that you can ace the interview and really separate yourself from the 90 95% of the other candidates who are out there are gunning for the same exact job. Like I said before, you guys are not competing just with the people that you graduated with or the people that are at your level. You're competing with people that have more experience than you. You're competing with people that are smarter than you. Or you're competing with people that are from international or national areas that are probably a lot more competitive. So you want to have every edge possible, and this is the exact edge that I provide. This is the industry insider perspective that I provide to my viewers, to my mentees, to my students, to the people that I've mentored. So it's so important that you are properly prepared, and this is just one option. I'd love to hear from you guys. You can go to my website, 101mentoring.com, check out my products and services. I have a link to the career prep course in the description below, as well as in the cards above. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me. So that's it, guys. 7 tips on how to properly prepare yourself for the video interview. I hope you enjoyed today's video. This, I think, is a really good how-to video, a very good instructional video. If you have any more questions or if you think you want some more clarifications, let me know in the comment section down below. And again, if you have any questions you want me to answer in a future video, it's free mentoring, free advice. Submit your questions to me, 101mentoring.com, or in the comments down below. You can also find me on LinkedIn. I love to connect with you guys. I know a lot of you are connecting with me on there and also firing me messages. I love hearing from you all. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.